Strange World is out and not a lot of people are talking about it, but for good reason. This movie falls flat in almost every way for a Disney animated movie. When I saw the trailer a while ago, it looked pretty interesting, but that was about it. My theater had tons of kids in it, and I barely heard any laughter or enjoyment from them during this, and that is definitely not a good sign. Strange World's story is very basic, and most of the story beats are very predictable. The world they live in the very beginning is very primitive still. They have fire, horse and buggy, and stuff like that. Then they discover this plant that pretty much has electricity and jump 25 years into the future, and now suddenly their world is a utopia with flying cars and a bunch of modern technology. Then suddenly, when the plants start dying, they have to go down in this deep hole and figure out the root of the problem. My first problem with the plot is you're telling me all these people were able to make all this in 25 years, but not once did they ever find a substitute for electricity? And I get it, it's a kids movie, and maybe they just got so comfortable with their power source, why find an alternative? This world revolves around this power source, so you'd think you'd want to have a backup just in case. In the beginning, we're introduced to Jaeger Clyde, who's a super manly adventurer dude who also has a son named Surtur Clyde, which he has the dumbest name ever. Before the time jump, Jaeger goes into the mountains never to be seen again, and then the time jump happens and Surtur is pretty much known as the guy who made the city great. Surtur has a son named Ethan, who we later find out is gay because he has a little crush on Diezo. What I do like about his character is they did not make him super stereotypical in that sense. His character is alright though. I mean, he makes a lot of dumb decisions when they go to the strange world and acts like your typical teen with daddy issues later on in the film. A kid in my theater even yelled out "you're a crybaby" when Ethan was on screen, and it was hilarious. The only thing I didn't really like about his character is they mention his crush I don't know how many times in this movie, and if it was a rom-com, I'd be perfectly fine with that, but it's not. It was almost like the movie was like, hey, look at us, we have a gay character, remember? The world building in this is fantastic, and the design for the creatures is pretty impressive. But it seemed like they focused too much on world building to give us a good story. This film also has these strong environmentalist underlining throughout. That and the obvious daddy issues for both the dad and the son. They try hard to mix the classic and progressive storytelling together, but it feels forced and just doesn't work well. I also didn't really like the little blue goo guy either. He's kind of a jerk to everybody and keeps on hitting people, but for whatever reason, Ethan likes him. There's no real villain in this movie either, which I think kind of hurt it. I didn't like the ending of this either. Things happen super quick. There's also a mutiny at the end that happens super fast and blink then you miss it. I get what they were trying to go for the ending, but I just don't think it worked really well. In all, Strange Worlds just doesn't hit the mark. It has some beautiful animations, some fun scenes, good creature design, but a really weak story. This is why I give Strange World a 6 out of 10. If you guys like this review, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more, hit that follow button. And as always, thanks for watching.